Coach, with a late touchdown by Shofi to put you up by 23, what's your message going into halftime to your team in the locker room?
We're going to continue to focus on winning plays. I mean, that's our mantra all season. We don't look at a scoreboard. Our focus is on playing to our standard and continue to win plays.
And before the game, you talk about Rollins as the leader of this team. Talk about the first half that him and your offensive had to get so many points on the scoreboard. Well, guys, it is very chilly down here, and as you mentioned, a lot of history between these two teams, several storylines, but the weather has to be one of them. As we're looking at these two teams with two of the top offenses coming into this game, led by Kurt Rawlings and Kevin Davidson on the Princeton side, the wind has been a factor. We see players on the sideline trying to stay warm, jumping around. So any field goals, any balls in the air in terms of passing or kicking will possibly be adjusted and affected by the wind as it's coming behind me diagonally across the field. So keep an eye on that as we continue to see how this game unravels. We talk about everything going the Bulldogs' way this game. Prior to this touchdown, some of the players over here on the sideline were saying, let's get it, let's finish this, 15 more minutes left as the quarter started, and they went right out and got another touchdown. But you see they're dancing, they're having fun, but most importantly, they're pumping each other up and encouraging each other. It's not over yet. We saw Klubnik and Rollins over here on the sideline. I saw them talking to each other, keeping themselves focused so that they can close out this game and knowing that this is a must-win game for Ivy League contention, and they're not finished until it's over. Evan, talk to me about being able to start this 150th season off with a great win right here at home in front of your fans.
Yeah, it was a fun win. We definitely had a good time. We prepared really hard all summer. A lot of guys hung around this summer to work out, and it's a good feeling, but after tonight, we're moving on to next week.
Absolutely. Now, you threw for a pair of touchdowns. You guys put up 49 on the scoreboard, including a trick play in the first half. But talk to me about seeing this team that came back, starting off the season right where you left off last year.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do. It's a new season, new year, new guys, and we're definitely excited about the result and excited for Bucknell next week.
Yeah, now what do you take from this game moving forward? Yeah, this is a great rivalry here. Two of the top programs in New Jersey as well as the country in Princeton and Rutgers, and it's going to be an exciting one, and I definitely think similar to what we saw with Princeton and BC, it'll have that NCAA tournament feel. And last year especially, a great run. That was like the shot heard around the world. Yeah. I know for a lot of soccer players and fans and coaches in the area, that really put you guys on the map because it was a chance to see Princeton women's soccer be the Cinderella team. You knock off UNC, which is like everyone that knows women's soccer, that's a powerhouse team. Talk me to that moment in overtime. You guys get that game-winning goal. You beat UNC. You're moving on to play UCLA. What is the legacy that you want to leave? I mean, you've put so much time and blood, sweat, and tears into this field, into that training field. What's your legacy that you want to leave? That Mimi Assam is here, she left her mark, and Princeton's going to be better because of it. It's the start of the 150th season of Princeton football tonight as the Tigers open this season for the second straight year against the Butler Bulldogs. You can't talk about Rutgers' strength and their offense without talking about Amira Ali. I actually watched her through the recruiting process, a tremendous forward for them. Last year All-American, had 10 goals, and this year already has 4 goals coming into this game. So she's come back this year in her junior season hungrier, stronger, and she's definitely a player to watch out for the Tigers defense. For Boston College, they have a number of young players that are stepping into the rotation. A brand new coach in his first year with Jason Lowe. They've seen success early with this, with freshmen and some transfers stepping in. And for Princeton, as you mentioned, 1-0 coming off of a Friday night win over St. Joe's with a lot of veterans back. They have 6 of 7 of their goal scorers from last year and 7 of their all Ivy League players from last year. All right, Atlantic City fans, in case you missed it, let's take a look back at one of the more exciting touchdowns from here at Boardwalk Hall Saturday night as the Blackjacks took on the Soul. It was Fred Ruff who ran into the end zone and had a celebration worth watching again. Coming into this season, when you found out you were going to be coaching the Blackjacks, a part of a new organization, I mean, there's a lot of pressure and excitement that goes into that. And for you, knowing that you're setting the foundation of Atlantic City football, I mean, how did you prepare for this season and maybe a little differently than past seasons? A big weekend in sports for athletes rocking jersey number 3. While Philly's Bryce Harper was breaking records for the most jersey sales in 24 hours across any sport, Utah Valley's Preston Burbridge was breaking ankles in college lacrosse for Simon Fraser Saturday night. It's the fake and wave that has gone viral across all sports platforms. That play has caught everyone's eye, from ESPN, House of Highlights, and even actor Michael B. Jordan and Utah Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell. In your 11 seasons, you have gone to the playoffs 7 times. One time you won when you were with the Washington Salle, and then you also made it past the first round when you lost to the Bandits. I mean, how does that perspective of as a leader really help guide your team? Let's get into what's going on in the West Division. We saw this past weekend the Seals defense held the Rush scoreless for over 6 minutes to close out the game, maintain their 1-goal lead. They win their 4th straight, and they clinch a playoff spot. So looking at this win over Saskatchewan for the Seals, how big of a statement do you think this makes for the new team on the block that doesn't play like a new team at all to knock off the defending champs and win this game and clinch a playoff berth?